Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly watch with your host, MichaelsonofGod, with Ron Wilson, here in the River Room.
What we gonna talk about, man? What we got rolling today? Up in here.
You know, I've been having a little bit of an internal struggle. I woke up on fire and felt the Lord's just doing something inside me, and I feel like the enemy's trying to snuff it out. You know, and I don't give him any credit because, you know, he doesn't have any power over me, but he knows what we were planning on doing, and I think I kind of foreseen this situation. It's not that he can't read minds, and a lot of people think that too. A lot of people think the devil can read your mind. No, he can't read your mind, and I think that's too. I was trying to get that out the other day when I was doing another podcast, is that when you speak in an unknown tongue, you edify yourself, what the word says, and I believe it hair lifts the devil.
You're spot on.
You know why?
You're
because that is a holy language that is between you and the Father, and he doesn't understand that language. But when you speak things and he hears you say it, he's going to do whatever he can to make it come to pass. Whether good or, I mean, obviously not good. Good in a sense of, sprinkled with evil, you know what I mean? But if it's bad, or you have a negative thought, or you have a compelling thought of, oh, I'd like to do that, or I'd like to be with him or her, and maybe a sexual thing, or maybe a perverted thing, or maybe even just a selfish thing, whatever it may be gossip. He starts to kind of surround you with that, almost like we were just talking about earlier when I said that was Surrey. Ain't that funny? I'm sitting here talking to somebody earlier, and I'm like, no, don't worry about making the brochures for me. I'll just go on Vistaprint, and gosh dog it, within 5 minutes, I'm getting an email about 20% off of Vistaprint. I ring your doorbell, which is a Ring doorbell. Come in here, sit down, and I get an email from Ring on some accessories that you can buy. And it's like, you know, that is that is the actual the epitome of who he is. He's you know, what's it say is that he is like a lion wandering around seeking his next victim to devour.
Right on. So it's funny you bring that part of it up, because when going back to what you were saying, how the devil can't read our minds, that is absolutely true. He can't read our minds. But if we just want to look at our technology that we've developed, which was probably given to us by the devil or the fallen angels,
absolutely.
But look at the technology we have, and we can almost, I bet it's within a fraction of a percent. I bet it's more than 99%. We have AI systems that they're not reading your thought for thought, but they know what you're thinking. Mm-hmm. Okay? And if you want to look, like, that's our AI technology.
Yep.
Away from that, look at Lucifer, who's been on this planet. He watched this planet be formed. He's that old. He knows everybody.
Yep.
Very well. He's
been around.
I call him the mad scientist, you know.
He's a sly fox too.
He's more than just a sly fox. We have no idea how smart he is. And you know, it's funny, when I moved to Seattle.
And folks, we're not giving him credit by any means. But like, listen, you don't want to go puffing your chest up like, I'm going to take on the devil. Listen, even Jesus said, even Michael said, the Lord rebuke you.
Yeah. Right. So, but funny, when I moved to Seattle, it was so odd to me, because I constantly ran into people that looked and acted just like people I knew from here. And it made me think about it, and I was like, man, Lord, is there just so many faces you could make, and so many personalities you can make? And that was from my, at 24, 25 years old, experience. Imagine if I'm thousands or millions of years old. I have seen every walk of life. Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun.
No.
So when you were born, Satan already probably knew exactly what you would like, what you would hate. You know, we have no idea the powers against us and how powerful they are. If it weren't for the Father and Jesus, we'd probably be devoured by now.
Which begs the question, because he's not omniscient, he's not omnipresent, he's not all-knowing, all-powerful.
He's not all-knowing, no way. Or he'd never killed
but
Jesus.
This is why I feel like he's setting his
Jesus.
kingdom up, because he moves through the spirit realm, right? And it's almost kind of like CRISPR technology, or some of these technologies that are out, as we know it coming up. And I can't, don't quote me on this, but I'm hearing about Verizon with these low orbiting satellites. That way they can create a web literally around the Earth in order to kind of have him put online, if you would, you know what I mean? Because he's not God, you know what I mean? And like I said, what did we say last time? He makes the perversion version. Satan cannot create. But another thought, back to speaking of thoughts, the enemy puts a thought. So I like it said like this. Pastor Doug said this one time, church you went to, a church on fire. He said, a bird may fly over your head, but you don't need to have it, you don't have to let it nest there. So the enemy can put thoughts on you. And if you take that thought on, and if you let that thought swirl around and whirl around, and if it takes an emotion seeks expression. So what happens is he gets us to create that thing on this earth because we took on his thoughts instead of taking on the mind of Christ and God's thoughts.
How often do we do that? How often do we stop when we get a thought that's sinful and just stop and
just speak it out
and speak it out with the words? Bring the word in and speak it out. Let it run away.
The power of life and death is in the tongue. I mean, the Scripture says it, and it's the truth too. He says,
I've used it.
Your words are spirit, and they are life.
I've used that. I have actually done it. Not as much as I should, but honestly, I have experienced that. Is what I'm saying. I've experienced that to where I had the strength to use the word. If something's got a hold of you and you just wake up and you ain't even thinking about it, and all of a sudden there it is, and something presents itself or whatever, and it's got that stronghold. It's hard to say, I'm gonna pull the Bible out right now and I'm gonna start quoting and just run you out of here. Mm-hmm. Your flesh is going, no, dude, don't do that, don't do that. But I have literally done that, and I'll tell you what, it flees fast, but it comes back fast.
Sure,
that's my experience. It flees now.
It has to.
Okay, and
every knee shall bow,
in a half an hour,
every tongue shall confess.
In a half an hour, it's worse. And if you win that one. In 15 minutes, it's worse than that.
Sure, thinking about
they're bringing back their buddies and like, we gotta get this guy.
That's the verse, and now you can look this up, but it's almost kind of like where it's swept, clean, empty, but swept, clean, in order, but empty. So remember about the seven sons of Sceva?
Yeah, be careful what you cast out.
Yeah, but then again, the spirits go out into dry places seeking rest and do not find, and come back to that habitat, seeing that it is empty, and bring 7 others stronger than themselves. And like, hold on, you're like, you went to church this morning, but you really didn't mean that, and and maybe it's
a lot of people in the faith don't believe what we're talking about. That is literally taking place every day in everyone's life.
Sure.
They won't. They don't think it's that serious, Mike. They don't. They don't go that deep into it. It's, I go to church on Sunday.
At times,
I wouldn't say that, dude. You believe that. You know that's real. You know that's real.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying there's unbelief always at the door, and sometimes,
But I mean that battle where literally there is a demon on you looking for refuge. They seek places because all they have is what's 2 Peter say? Dry wilderness, wandering ways.
Well, they have to have a place. They have to inhabit something.
Because
just like and they said, "Hey, what is your name?" And they said, "We are legion because we are many." And he said, have you come before your time?" That's an interesting statement.
Right,
just
they knew who he was.
They recognized the uniform, right? And they said, "Well, at least do us a favor. Can you at least throw us over there in those pigs?"
Dude, that's a message. That's a message on grace, by the way.
And they jumped over in there, and where did they go? They went down to the sea.
Dude, that makes me tear up when I start thinking about the level of grace that's in that message that gets overlooked. The level of grace by Yeshua. Yahweh, he's a different dude. That's the old man.
Yep.
And he ain't playing. He don't play. He gave us Yahshua. He gave us his son. Yep. So he loves. But let me tell you, Yahshua, that guy loves like no other. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of people overlook that message right there, that he gave those demons grace.
That's interesting.
He said, all right,
All right.
Go to the pigs.
At least he granted their wish, right?
He did.
Hey, listen,
He didn't have to do
here's a
that.
funnier thing. The guy gets completely redeemed and goes back to his right mind, goes into the town, and the town says, you know what? We don't want you here. Get out of here. And they kept this guy in a cave. They told Jesus to hit the road.
Dude, he was
Think
breaking,
about that
he
one.
was breaking chains.
Dang.
He was so possessed.
Yeah,
Like,
he was
breaking-
naked in the cave.
Physically breaking chains.
You kept this guy around, but Jesus heals the guy. Now you tell him to get off the island.
Yeah.
That was the first castaway. But anyways, hey, listen, we're drawing pretty near to the end of our 10-minute round. We're trying to keep these kind of short and sweet, but guys, listen, just tune in. We'd love to hear your questions, your comments, your opinions on just what we've said today. This is just things of what we hear in frequency with the enemy. Does he know your thoughts, or does he have to hear you speak? Ron, anything else?
I mean, you guys are just listening to us talk. That's all this is. We don't have any notes. We just started talking about the word, and
Grit, baby.
these things happen. So I encourage you guys, find a friend, make a friend, whatever. And
we're here.
You can do the same thing. But yeah,
love to
chat
pray
us
for
up.
you too.
Chat us
Love
up.
to pray for you. Put your prayers in the comments. Just tap in. What can we help you with?
Yeah.
What can we talk about?
We're
We love
praying.
your suggestions.
I'm praying right now over a young lady. She's going to be healed. She's in a bad spot right now at Children's Hospital. She just graduated high school, and they're trying to save her, and I'm not going to allow her to go. I don't even know her. She's just a friend of mine's niece, and how I know things like that happen is I can't stop thinking about her.
Yeah.
So that's the Father putting her on my heart so I can pray for her. We have to understand, listen, your prayer is powerful, but it's not the most powerful, right? There are other things coming against you. So when you team up with two, that's more powerful. But there might be 10 against it, and I want to do this another day. Another topic is the rules of engagement is what I'm thinking I'm going to call it.
It's good.
Yeah, there's rules of engagement.
Sure.
The Father plays by rules. He can't do whatever he wants. And I know a lot of people listening might say, oh, yes, he can. He cannot, okay? He can't make you love him. That is a free choice. So, and I can give many more examples.
Just to kind of
rules of engagement.
Chiming in there for just a second. Who was it? Daniel, when he was praying, and Michael said, I was withheld by the prince of Persia for 21 days.
Amen, brother.
So there was a fight in heaven while he was praying and interceding and trying to pull. There was a fight in the heavens to bring that message through.
The Father sent the answer of Daniel's prayer.
Dang.
Daniel prayed it. The Father said, go.
Yep.
That dude got held up and had to call on Michael.
The Prince of Persia. Woo! That dude must have been a bad dude.
That's deep stuff. That's what we want to talk about here is just this deep stuff that's going on around us.
We want to get on shoe level and gritty with people, guys. So listen, just chime in. This is kind of a freestyle thing between Michael, son of God. We got the Kayak Bandit here, guys. We'd love to hear from you. This is second session here. We're gonna do another one, Riverbound.
There we go. Yep.
All right, guys.
Summer.
Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.